Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the second unit in history, which is from trade to territory. In the last class, we have already discussed about the following topics like Second Carnatic War. Under this, we have Battle of Ambur, Battle of Arcot, then Treaty of Pondicherry. Then we have discussed about Third Carnatic War. Under this we have Battle of Vandivash, then Treaty of Paris. Then we have seen Mysore and its resistance to British expansion. Under this we have the First Anglo-Mysore War. Under the First Anglo-Mysore War, we have Treaty of Madras. Students, in the last class, we have discussed about Second Carnatic War. So, the Second Carnatic War was fought between the time period of 1749 to 1754. So, what is the reason for Second Carnatic War? The main reason is succession dispute between Carnatic and Hyderabad. So, the main reason is succession dispute, which means who will become the next ruler of Carnatic region and Hyderabad region. So, this is the main reason for the Second Carnatic War. Then we have discussed about Third Carnatic War. So the Third Carnatic War was fought between the time period of 1756 to 1763. Now let's see what is the reason for Third Carnatic War. The outbreak of the 7 Years' War in Europe led to the Third Carnatic War in India. By this time, Robert Clive established the British power in Bengal by the Battle of Plassey, which provided them with the necessary finance for the Third Carnatic War. So, the Battle of Plassey, it financed the Third Carnatic War for the British. So, the British gained more wealth after the victory of Battle of Plassey, and they got Diwani rights. Diwani rights means the right to collect the tax from Bengal, Bihar and Orissa region. So, it financed the Third Carnatic War. So, they got finance from the victory of Battle of Plassey, which helped them to enhance the military troops for the Third Carnatic War. Synopsis of the lesson. In this session, we are going to see the following topics. The first one is the Second Anglo-Mysore War. Under this, we have Treaty of Mangalore. Then we have the Third Anglo-Mysore War. Under this, we have Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Then the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Next, Mysore after the war. Now, let's see about the Second Anglo-Mysore War, which was fought between the time period of 1780 to 1784. Now, let's see the reason for the Second Anglo-Mysore War. Students, we have seen that the First Anglo-Mysore War ended with a treaty called Treaty of Madras. According to the treaty, both have promised to help each other during the foreign attack time. So now, see here, when Haider's territories were attacked in 1771 by Marathas, the British didn't help them. So, the British didn't supported Haider Ali's troops during the Marathas' attack. Haider did not get help from the British. The English did not fulfill the terms of the Treaty of 1769. So, the English didn't fulfill the terms of the Treaty of Madras, which was signed in 1769. Instead, British captured Mahe, a French settlement within Haider's jurisdiction. So, when the Marathas attacked Haider Ali's troops, the British didn't help them. Instead, British captured Mahe. Mahe is a place which was under the French settlement and under the Haider Ali's jurisdiction. Here, jurisdiction means the official power to make legal decisions and judgments. So, this led to the Second Anglo-Mysore War between the British under General Sir Haider Coote. So, British was led by the army under General Sir Haider Coote, and in 1781 the British General Sir Haider Coote defeated Haider Ali at Porto Novo. Then the Mysore forces suffered another defeat at Solinger. So, the Mysore forces suffered another defeat at Solinger. So, Solinger is in Vellore district. Then, Haider Ali died of cancer during the course of the war. So, in the course of the war itself, Haider Ali died because of cancer. Then, after the death of Haider Ali in 1782, his son Tipu Sultan continued the war against the English. So, after the death of Haider Ali in 1782, his son Tipu Sultan succeeded the throne and he continued the war against the English. Tipu captured Brigadier Matthews, the supreme commander of the British forces, along with his soldiers in 1783. So, Tipu Sultan, he captured a British commander, Brigadier Matthews, in 1783. So, the Second Anglo-Mysore War ended with the Treaty of Mangalore, which was signed in the year 1784. So, now let's see what are the conditions and terms in the treaty. On 7th March 1784, the Treaty of Mangalore was signed between the two parties. Both agreed to return the conquered territories and also the prisoners of war. So, according to the treaty, both the parties, that is, the British as well as Tipu Sultan's troops, they agreed to return their captured places and also captured prisoners of the war. Now, let's see the Third Anglo-Mysore War, which was fought between the time period of 1790 to 1792. First, we have to know what are the reasons which led to the Third Anglo-Mysore War. The causes for the Third Anglo-Mysore War are: Tipu was trying to seek alliance of foreign powers against the English, and for that purpose he had sent his ambassadors to France and Turkey. So, Tipu was trying to seek alliance means he was trying to ask help from the foreign nations such as France and Turkey. For that purpose, he has sent ambassadors. Here, ambassadors means messengers to their countries. The second reason is Tipu attacked on Travancore in 1789, whose ruler was an ally of the British. So, Tipu attacked on Travancore in 1789, whose ruler was the friend of the British. Here, ally means friend. So, these two reasons led to the Third Anglo-Mysore War. The English, the Nizam and the Marathas entered into a triple alliance against Mysore. So, the English, the Nizam and the Marathas entered into a triple alliance against Mysore, which means they formed a group against the Mysore. Then Tipu fought alone, which continued for 2 years. The attack of the English under General Matthews failed. So, the first attack of the English under General Matthews failed. Therefore, in December 1790, Cornwallis himself took the command of the army. So, after the failure of the General Matthews, Cornwallis he took the command of the army against Tipu Sultan. Then Cornwallis captured all the hill forts which obstructed his advance towards Srirangapatnam and reached near its outer wall. So, Cornwallis captured all the hill forts surrounding Srirangapatnam. Then Cornwallis reached Srirangapatnam outer wall. Tipu felt desperate and opened negotiations with the English. Cornwallis agreed and the Treaty of Srirangapatnam was concluded in 1792. So, after the attack of Cornwallis, Tipu Sultan he opened up some negotiation, and that is called the Treaty of Srirangapatnam, which was signed between Lord Cornwallis and Tipu Sultan in the year 1792. Now, let's see the terms and conditions in the Treaty of Srirangapatnam of 1792. According to the Treaty of Srirangapatnam, Tipu surrendered half of his kingdom to the Allies. So, Tipu surrendered half of his kingdom to the British, and Tipu agreed to pay 3.6 crore of rupees to the English as war indemnity, that is fine, and surrendered 2 of his sons as hostages to the English. Here, hostages means prisoners. So, he surrendered 2 of his sons as prisoners to the English, and the English acquired Malabar, Cork, Dindigul and Paramahal, that is Coimbatore and Salem, from the kingdom of Mysore. So, these are the terms and conditions in the Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Now, let's see the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, which was fought in 1799. Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliating Treaty of Srirangapatnam imposed upon him by Cornwallis in 1790. So, Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliating Treaty of Srirangapatnam, in which he paid 3.6 crore of rupees as fine to the British government, as well as two of his sons was held as hostages, that is prisoners, and half of his kingdoms was taken away by the British. So, Tipu Sultan did not forget the humiliating treaty of Srirangapattinam, and he wanted to take revenge over the British. So, this was the major reason for the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. First, let's see the causes for the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Tipu sought alliance with foreign powers against the English and sent ambassadors to Arabia, Turkey, Afghanistan and the French. So, Tipu seeks the help of the foreign powers such as Arabia, Turkey, Afghanistan and the French. Then, Tipu was in correspondence with Napoleon, who invaded Egypt at that time. So, Tipu was in close relation with Napoleon, who invaded Egypt at that time. The French officers came to Srirangapattinam, where they founded a Jacobin club. So, the French officers came to Srirangapattinam to support Tipu Sultan, and they founded a Jacobin club. And also they planted the Tree of Liberty at Srirangapattinam, and this was the major reason for the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. Then Lord Wellesley, he is the British commander, he declared war against Tipu in 1799. The war was short and decisive. As planned, the Bombay army under General Stuart invaded Mysore from the west. Then the Madras army, which was led by the Governor General's brother Arthur Wellesley, forced Tipu to retreat to his capital Srirangapattinam. On 4th May 1799, Srirangapattinam was captured by the British. So, on 4th May 1799, Srirangapattinam was captured by the British. Tipu fought bravely and was killed finally, thus ended the Fourth Mysore War, and the whole of Mysore lay prostrate before the British. Next, let's see Mysore after the war. So, what happened to Mysore after the four Anglo-Mysore Wars? The English occupied Kannara, Wayanad, Coimbatore, Dharapuram and Srirangapattinam, and Krishnaraja Udayar of the former Hindu royal family was brought to the throne. At the starting, we have seen that Mysore was ruled by Udayar dynasty, right? So the British brought Krishnaraja Udayar to the throne of Mysore, and he was the minor, so the British declared Mysore as the princely state. Tipu's family was sent to the fort of Vellore. So, after the death of Tipu, Tipu's family was sent to the fort of Vellore. So, students, I hope you are clear with the four Anglo-Mysore Wars. Now, let's move on to Anglo-Maratha Wars, that is between the British and the Marathas. So, Marathas, they ruled over the Maharashtra region. So, the Anglo-Maratha Wars was fought under three phases. First Anglo-Maratha War, between the time period of 1775 to 1782. Then Second Anglo-Maratha War between the time period of 1803 to 1805. Then Third Anglo-Maratha War between the time period of 1817 to 1818. So students, in the next class we will see it one by one in detail. I have enclosed the classwork instructions in the PDF. Kindly refer it. So now we have reached the end of this session. Thank you.